China's dominance in global sector creates supply chain and national security concerns, says many U.S. solar manufacturers.
Besides its casinos, Las Vegas advertises more than 300 days of sunshine a year. And with that comes heat and high energy bills for residents.
In a house like ours, two-story with a pool, it can be $800 or $900 a month.
To save more money, Jason Livingston is installing solar panels, which have become more affordable in the past decade.
Cost of solar has changed dramatically compared to the days when I started. And being in a place like this here in Las Vegas, financially it's a no-brainer.
Frank Rieger, founder of the Las Vegas solar company SolUp, is installing panels from Germany in Livingston's home. But the dominant player in the global solar industry is China. An International Energy Agency report in July found that China's expansion of solar panel production and innovation drove down manufacturing costs, and that China plays a part in more than 80% of the key stages of solar panel making. But dependence on China has created a supply chain risk. Oxen Solar is one of the few U.S. solar panel manufacturers. Its CEO, Mamoun Rashid.
If we don't have the supply chain here in the U.S., we look at it as a national security concern. If you have a renewable energy grid and it is powered by solar and the solar equipment is being deployed and you don't have the ability to supply yourself at any moment, the faucet can be turned off.
This year, the U.S. extended tariffs on solar products containing crystalline silicon from China. The Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act, banning products including solar components from China's Xinjiang region, went into effect in June.
The U.S. doesn't care at all about facts and the truth, but rather politicizes normal economic and trade cooperation and artificially interferes in normal industrial and supply chains and division of labor, wantonly oppressing Chinese companies.
The Chinese embassy told VOA the U.S. needs to immediately stop spreading lies and stop enforcing this malicious legislation. The newly passed Inflation Reduction Act includes tax credits for manufacturers and consumers to encourage the growth of the U.S. solar industry.
You're dealing with China. It's not a free market economy. You can never out-subsidize China, so that won't be enough. You also need to stop the bleeding and enforce trade laws.
Oxen Solar prompted a Commerce Department investigation earlier this year into whether some solar panels coming to the U.S. from 4 Southeast Asian countries were actually Chinese products attempting to dodge U.S. anti-dumping tariffs. Many U.S. solar projects stopped, fearing retroactive tariffs. In response, Biden announced a 2-year tariff freeze on solar components from those countries.
It was devastating.
The Commerce Department says its findings will be applied at the end of the 2-year period. The White House aims to triple domestic solar manufacturing by 2024.